and if you've got anything in the playbook up your sleeve, bring it out now.
Yeah, now's the time. But again, we have to kind of take note of what these two teams have looked like. I think a lot of people might look at that Cloud9 result against Fnatic slightly differently, and same could be said to Vision Strikers after seeing how deep Fnatic were able to take themselves already. Fnatic have come out and looked quite good, so I guess is Cloud9's results been maybe overlooked a little? How far they took that, got to that third map, OT? Who knows? For now, we are going to be jumping into is that KO matchup, so eyes towards that at the start.
Obviously trade off of these information tools straight away. Vanity way out mid already, actually. It's a little bit of aggression here on the side of C9. They want to take some mid control immediately.
But they built around it too. Two players kind of playing off of Cat. You've got that push up from the Jet as well. It's not like it's just one player here. This is actually kind of nice. I like this. But has it been read by Vision Strikers? Look how passive they've sat.
I was going to say, they're actually just sat back in top mid, anticipating this push almost. Vanity will tuck himself underneath, but again, just waiting for that utility to cycle through on cooldown in the minute. I imagine Vision Striker's going to make a decision on the back of that, but look at this. Nothing towards B site. All 10 players in the lobby right now towards A.
See that flash in hand could be the starting point to this. Vision, but the site is now being worked down by Buzz, but likely from that short pressure as well, so being held up a little bit here, unable to follow up of that initial player who did make it towards that site, so they're actually peeling back from this. Vanity can maybe get a beat on this super early, but he peels away from middle, maybe going to sit and catch that cross from that B main side if needed. And Vision Strikers are going to run out of time at this point.
They are, yeah. There's still an alarm bot to cross at A main, but they are drifting back this direction now again.
It's going to be heard.
Yeah, you can see Mitch is already looking this way now. He's got the audio, he's got this information nice and early.
Yeah.
They're in full challenge here, but 10 seconds left. They've got to get towards the side.
They're not crossing out of main. They're being shot down the entire way. Leaps there, and Mitch. This is beautiful. Nice work from Cloud9. And Vision Strikers not finding the opening they wanted. Looking a little, I don't know, flat in that approach.
They did. Like I said, there's a weird pause there where they have to obviously wait for both the recon bolt and the KO utility to come back online. And I think they tried to make a calculated decision based on that. But again, with how proactive C9 are in the early rounds, they would just set up accordingly. And again, Vanity a key position there. He's in range to catch all these steps on the retreat. And likewise, Mitch playing on short towards Cubby. Again, it's just like kind of scrambling for a plan. There's no real audible, I guess a comfortable audible called there.
Oh, and they're still sticking around on that too. Nice work on the pickup. Against Classics though, a little bit of utility to supplement, but not too much to write home about here for Vision Strikers. So if you've watched us cast before, you know the score. It will be keeping as many players alive for Cloud9. Keep this nice and clean. Don't get overwhelmed. Speaking of, Vanity might have to lean a little heavier towards using that utility, buy him a bit of time, adjust the spot. Vision Strikers giving away a little bit of their intention now.
Back over here again, an extra body already this direction for Cloud9. I'll dash on to Jen, but just clearing everything up here.
Very nice.
Well managed. Prime Gaming flawless here in round 2 for Cloud9. Good opportunity here to capitalize on somebody's weapon. Actually, Vancy's still on the ghost, so not even opts to throw something in the mix here. Again, problem being, the pace of these rounds now, Vision Strikers going to have to move pretty slow in there by round. Again, that gravity rise is perfect.
Enemy remaining. A little underwhelming beginning for Vision Strikers. I think I wait to see what happens once they get a purchase beside them, which will be this round, of course. They will be coming out of this with more invested, the heavier weapons coming through. Still Spectres littering the scoreboard here for Cloud9, but it should be more of a contested round. Let's see what Vision Strikers have, because so far the pacing has felt very favorable to Cloud9.
Yeah, actually, Leaf going to throw a rifle in the mix here, will not? Going to try and play off the back of Zeppa here and get something done inside B main. Looks like they're just going to hold tight for the time being. Again, Vision Strikers, though, look, they're backed all the way to top mid. No real progress either side of the map. Potential here for them to just wait out the drone. Again, some of these other bits of utility that are going to slow things down. Yeah, it's looking very cautious on the side of Vision Strikers. And again, things like this with a proactive pistol round from C9, again, it's going to keep Vision Strikers guessing almost of how they're going to approach some of these. And especially here in the bonus round, they know they're carrying SMGs across. Whether or not they're going to try and play a little scrappy, a little ratty, and make the most of those weapons. They have a creep towards mid, though.
I worry the later this gets in the round because they haven't found out too much yet, I feel, and they are actually folding towards that rifle. The only one that's on the board is with Leaf. He is playing in market, as you guys can see here. And the crossfire in the backlines will now be at least denied, so the swing comes out. And there's that rifle! Leaf makes it look good. Keeps himself safe and even able to back away from this. This is lovely stuff from Leaf. Support's on the way, but maybe he doesn't need it. The underhand flash will finally get around him, but now those Spectres are more than agile, more than enough to get across the line. And problems are plenty now for Vision Strikers. 3 still stand, rifles garnered, I think 2 taken across there. I didn't see if the third player picked one up, but Cloud9 walk away from that in the most perfect scenario.
Absolutely. I mean, Leaf's already got his blade still on the line, and Vision Strikers already going to pump the brakes here, call a timeout. And I think, yeah, you look at that, it's uncharacteristic. Vision Strikers almost look lost here in these early rounds. No real game plan, or no visible game plan at least. And this is C9 able to just sit tight. They're not really required to do anything in a round like that. Like I said, 20, 30 seconds into that, Vision Strikers still poised towards top mid. There's no information gathered. Here it's almost like we're going to wait for Cloud9 to give something away, to you know, maybe give a hint towards a gap in their setup, but so far at least, I haven't seen that at all. And the problem being actually is in one of these rounds, Cloud9 does want to get a little aggressive, get a little curious towards mid, and actually Vision Strikers, yeah, they're sat deep enough, but ultimately going to have to give up a lot of this.
Be careful here. Plays that well. Again, Leaf's having a really nice game so far. Good couple of confidence builders. This round is a Shiko. Does have the light armor behind it, so it's got a little bite to it. It's not going to be completely easy. Zappa's going to be careful. Leaf's got his cross, and it's being held. These deeper sight crossfires are looking very comfortable so far. One body picked up. That instantly gets traded out. We're down to stacks. And yeah, 3 still stand, rifles remain. Vision Strikers, I need more life out of them. I've got to say it, none of these rounds have felt dangerous yet.
I mean, it's almost half-hearted on the way in there. Again, call it a Shiko, they want to get that one out of the way.
Yeah, but this round should be for what that timeout was for,
exactly.
Right?
This is where we see the proof in the pudding. So they're going to spread a little further afield this time, but again, it's looking pretty similar to the previous buy round, which was we sit top mid, we wait for an indicator and act accordingly. Actually, now a little bit of a lean towards A with Marco over towards mid link.
I do want to highlight, though, I'm happy to see that Cloud9 haven't gone over Zealous. I'm glad they haven't taken this too lightly. They're not making mistakes at all. This has been very clean from them. Even these rounds not feeling so threatening yet. This could be the change-up. Let's have a little look what Vision Strikers have come up with here. Looks like a pacey piece. And no one's really on the side to receive, so this will probably be a retake, if anything. Cross comes in. Buzz this time will keep his life, clears under towards Hell, and Spike's going down. Let's see what this retake looks like. Mid-fight going to be coming through, though, and Mitch actually wins that. That's a huge gateway now open. That could have been a big amount of territory maintained. And with that removed, the retake's got some legs to it now.
Indeed, both 0 points actually on cooldown right now as well. Stacks does have his ultimate
Look at this
available.
utility.
Buzz has got to be careful.
Pressure on 2 fronts. They can't get away from it. Zeppa, they're going to punish Buzz for this, leaving Stacks King and RB to try and do something about it. And Mitch just better right now, absolutely diffing them. As Leaf going to drop down, get Stacks, leaves it all to RB. In a 1v4, and there's 4 players from Cloud9 still alive. They want to get it to halfway, which they're going to achieve. Hell, they might just sit it, and they do. No fear, doesn't get off the defuse, and Cloud9 are thriving in this. That's a retake with 4 players alive against, what was 5 on site?
I mean, barely any resistance on the way back in, honestly. After that, after Mitch wins out versus Marco in mid, who, again, he's in that position to try and pick up one of these kills in rotation. Absolutely nothing to write home about there on the side of Vision Strikers. Again, I'm not entirely sure.
Another timeout.
Yeah.
Talk to me about these timeouts, right? Because most people are like, well, it's just 5-0. Why call it this early? But look at the way these rounds are going, mate. It's still early, right? I'm not doing this yet, but I've got to say, maybe people have underestimated the early looks from Cloud9, because I think everyone coming into this, not everyone, a lot of people are looking at Cloud9 as a genuine dark horse, genuinely in this. And Vision Strikers, I'd say a higher accolade than that. People look at them as potentially someone to walk through this tournament with a deep run, be it semi-finals, be a grand final, who knows, or even the win. But maybe this is finally the Cloud9 we've been waiting to see, who didn't quite make that big debut, but they may be a slower build. However, we come back in and let's see if it keeps this clean. 5-0 if you're just tuning in. It is still a group stage game, but it is the group of death.
Yeah, no contact just yet. Cloud9 playing pretty deep here. Mitch actually all the way back in spawn. Relief to find Stacks First port of call, that will force Vision Strikers to rotate back away. Actually, King's kind of slipped the net here, but again, this deep hold, they want to mitigate a lot of this risk. They don't want to give any of these weapons away, give no upgrade.
Standing ahead, right here.
Problems here with the Odin actually from spawn, but no damage done just yet. Vision Strikers will be able to pass the site.
Yeah, spike on way. Should be going down pretty much unscathed. But again, we've seen a very clean retake not that long ago. Four still alive. Let's see if that's going to be a similar scene here, but only the sheriffs to try and deny this. And Mitch with a freebie. You couldn't ask for anything worse if you're a Vision Strikers fan, but I'm sure the Cloud9 fans need a little bit of something, need a little bit of hope here in a North American team, but Buzz finally dials it in, and well, it's gone instantly. Good trades for King. Needs a bit more though, as it's RB now gonna have to deliver a 1v3, and this is gonna get dicey and brutal to try and achieve, and they fight as a pack. They can't get it done. Two still alive, and money's just not gonna be a problem for Cloud9 at this point. This is fine. This is great work from them. I'm a little worried for Vision Strikers, if I'm honest, Michael.
Yeah, and you look at it now, and yes, you can get all ultimates available now for Vision Strikers, but again, with the financial advantage now, it almost equates to nothing, right? These are the ones that are supposed to, you know, turn the tides of some of these rounds, but a round victory here doesn't mean an awful lot. Cloud9, a minimum 2 or 3 standing after each one of these. Again, you can look at it here that they're rolling in it now. Leaf's got the operator on ice. There's a new set of obstacles for Vision Strikers to deal with in the early round. Again, look towards Stacks and RB in particular in that regard to kind of send the feelers out. But like I said, these rounds they've been losing, they haven't been learning an awful lot from them. There's no real grasp of, you know, the setup or the tendencies here from C9 on the defense.
And this is a tough game to watch, honestly, because I really thought Vision Strikers, even individually, might be stepping up. But here's Leaf, and there's that new element.
Oh, he did.
Oh, and it's looking volatile. Not going to get the tag he wanted, and far from the frag, but they are going to line up towards Cat. So on the other side, you're still going to have someone like Zeppa sat there pretty deep now by Tree. Oh, that looked bang on, if I'm honest, but Leaf not going to get it. Going to just fall away. Have to respect that. Mid still being toyed with, so he can't retake that space.
Again, minimal utility burn off to at least figure out where the operator is. So now, obviously, it relies on Leaf to find a new angle. That's the value elsewhere. Perhaps he can pop flash out, and he's actually still going to try and swing it, but
this is nice, this 3-2 split. Oh, maybe not. Zeppa still finds 2. And there's Leaf on the case, catching them on the way through from main, but the 2 standing are Buzz and King. Both have ults if required if they want to try and do something with this. They'll switch out of the ult.
No way.
Oh, no. Hyper, what is going on? Like, Vision Strikers are getting backhanded right now. Cloud9, 3 players coming in. King, you better have something up your sleeve, and it better be a miracle, and it's not. Leaf's done him in. They didn't need to see these last 2 kills to take the site back. Cloud9 have come out here and put on a clinic so far. They look like they haven't even broken a sweat.
No, they haven't. And again, no ultimates invested here. Again, C9 ultimately have the upper hand in that regard, but I'm not entirely sure what we're watching here. This doesn't look like Vision Strikers. There doesn't seem to be really any plan in some of these rounds. It's sort of, we walk up short behind the drone. We hope for the best sort of thing. There's no real investment of utility with any real intention here. And again, by the time it gets to the post plant there, C9 have the upper hand in terms of the utility. They get a freebie with the shock dart.
They've read this so well.
Look at the adjustment now, Lauren.
They've read this so perfectly. You have 4 players on that B lane. Not only is their utility on point, but honestly, their positioning. Look at the state of this. Cloud9 are destroying Vision Strikers. I hope none of the Korean fans are up yet. I hope we had a check-in with Sean. I think Paper Thin's going to need a little call soon. I hope he's still in bed. Honestly, because this is something else. This is the Cloud9 I think that a lot of people were waiting to see if they could find this form at this event. And we hadn't seen it. And I think that's a fair assessment that they were okay. They were fine, they looked okay, but maybe not those dark horses, maybe not all those stars aligning. And again, correct rotations. Look at this. Yes, there was that initial stack towards B, peels that apart, leans towards that A site, and now they get a little bit of affirmation that this is the correct place to be in.
Cosmic Divide invested here.
Back towards middle.
It's a C9. No, it's not. Vision Strikers here.
Leaf, they can't get away from him. He's stuck to them like glue. Trying to now shut down maybe a little here. King trying to chase, but he's not alone. Zeppa's by his side. Leaf doesn't need the support. And finally, a frag goes in instantly untraded. Leaf forced away with the flash, but the spike. Stacks just push CT with the spike. That's done.
Well, 30 seconds left.
Looking like an 8th on the board here. Marco, last man standing, a Spectre in hand. Again, damage doesn't really mean anything at all here. Zephyr will find it.
Who are, like,
Do they know they have all their ults? Like, we're 8 rounds in now. There's been no setup to build around some of these ultimates that have come online and have been online for 3 or 4 rounds now, Lauren. Again, in some of these buy rounds, they have to. This is shock dart. It is, yeah. It's a combo. You see the assist there up in the kill feed.
And hey, I really do want to make sure Cloud9 get the credit for their fantastic utility usage, how they're approaching the game, correct rotations, good reads. But again, this does beg the question of where are Vision Strikers? Because even in Cloud9's best days, I'd say it'd still be a competitive game. This is 8-0. We have not seen a game like this at all come out so far, so Vision Strikers really need something. Even if it's just a couple of rounds, give them some buffer on the half, because at the moment, Leaf is inescapable. He seems to be everywhere.
And the problem being that, like I said, there's no positives to draw out of any of these rounds.
No.
See here again. They need to actually opt the Hunter's Fury now, so whether or not King does build something around this lockdown, he'll be spotted outside. But again, look at this. It's default here from Vision Strikers. Nothing achieved in the first 30 seconds or so of this round. They will swing away, pivot towards A site now. But again, the read is so good from C9. Look at it.
I don't think there's been a time they've hit a site, be it if they're postured for a retake.
They're always against 3.
Exactly. There is always 3 here. They've been winning that fight out in middle if they decide to try and rotate through there as well. There's been plenty of examples. Here we go, though. Vision Strikers, can you maybe convince me there's some life in you right now? That's a good start. Going to take down Vanity. Oh, Leaf. That's just going to chunk you down. There it is. A little bit of life shown now from Vision Strikers. This is what we wanted to see.
Again, on the back of an ult command, negating a lot of that utility that has been pivotal to Cloud9's success. Looks like Stack's going to set Buzz up, but again, no command
good
on
damage
the other side, yeah, and the lockdown.
Let's see if they can withstand. Here comes the hit, trying to do a bit of damage on the way in. Not going to happen. Buzz now needs to be careful. He's got players to look across, and Cloud9 still get 2. Oh my word, Zephyr. It's down to a 2v2. How's it gotten this close? But now just Zephyr alive in a 1v2, and it's looking unlikely. Hard positions to clear in time, just not there. Finally, Vision Strikers get around.
Everything but the kitchen sink thrown out what it felt like. Actually coming away with the Cosmic Divide still, and I'm sure the other ultimate was there, but again, it didn't feel comfortable. It definitely didn't feel comfortable there.
I started believing that retake again.
Yeah. Problem is now that they have to repeat this 3 or 4 rounds to really leave a mark on the economy. Again, you can just tell by the body language, yeah. Not even happy with that one themselves. So it was the lockdown here in the hands of King, still available. He's back on the operator again, causing major issues here for Vision Strikers. Again, those first few rounds where they did explore mid, we're not seeing the same kind of posture here. Buzz just trying to jump spot. Might actually swing with this drone.
He's feeling
here.
himself.
He avoided it. Wait, he's completely avoided it.
Oh, Leaf, you're ingenious. Just blowing them away right now. He's going to just fall away from middle. No pressure, no secondary layer to this. He just gets complete freedom on the map at the moment.
And now Vision Strikers again.
Oh, the double
Mitz has
on.
got the operator as well. Spike will be noted.
And hey, you can't get past that utility this time. Do they check Vanity? Not well enough. Still going to find some more. Oh, the stack from Vanity is just gorgeous work. Cloud9, this is genuinely beautiful. If NA fans were looking for a team to maybe look at to support, you might just have someone to put your faith in right now.
I mean, you think back to that Fnatic series, and yes, they tested Fnatic, ultimately lost out in that, but this is a completely different form we're seeing. Again, they've come back with beautiful ult for Vanity again, just reading that perfectly to play it slowly, play off the back of his gravity roll.
Is that all they've got?
I mean, I hope not. It's going to be a short day, actually, yeah.
I guess we did do the late game, so this is nice from Cloud9. Thank you very much. That's highly appreciated. But at this point, back in we go for for Vision Strikers. We have whatever buy they can achieve here. The money's going to be brutal all the way through this now. And in we go. Buzz has been making it to the site a couple of times. This time denied. Read like a book. And the chapter closed on him. Zappa just sprays on in, works out well, and now he can watch that main cross. Doesn't need it on his own because this utility usage, this work is incredible. It's suffocating. They can't make it past main.
Literally. I mean, there's no second layer to that. Buzz is a lamb to the slaughter almost onto site there. Nothing really to enable him or no support system in place. It's borderline embarrassing. Honestly, this isn't Vision Striker. This and Vanity finds the freebie. Buzz, and like I said, just everybody else is kind of just like at the doors of A main thinking, well, yeah, if Buzz finds a kill, then we'll run in, then we'll swing through with you. But again, now C9 can keep making minor adjustments here to the setup, and again, Vision Strikers, like I said, they haven't found a pressure point. They haven't found anything that they can exploit.
They're just going to pop up that push through A main, give them a little bit more room to work with. That does get tested though. So Vanity still want to jump peek, see if he can spot anyone around that corner, but it's the play up Cat that's coming in. It's Leaf to greet it. Does have a rifle if he wants to switch to it. Let's see if they try and press that corner. He's not alone, he does have Zephyr by his side, so a nice little combination between the two could be a desired scenario. And Leaf not really dissuaded from this angle just yet.
One of their initiators is still in spawn. Stax has caught sight of somebody here, but
it's Mitch on the op. He can just back away to a slightly deeper position, play stairs, play boat if he feels it. And where are Vision Strikers right now? I don't understand how this is happening. Mitch still able to stay alive. Where is the pressure? Where's that next layer? What is going on right now? RB the last one alive, and it's 11-1. Vision Striker's looking about as useful as a chocolate teapot right now. I don't know how else to put this, mate. This is not the team that is meant to be going on this deep run. Yes, Cloud9 are looking brilliant in their approach, but I don't know what to make of this.
Like I said, take nothing away from Cloud9 right now, but it's Vision Strikers are in shambles. Honestly, like I said, they just look as if they're not in a position to set up accordingly. Anyway, I mean, Vanity's confused. You can see the look on his face.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know what team we're watching right now, because it's not Vision Strikers. There's none of this kind of discipline in the early round or anything.
All right, well, we might be lost for a concept as to what's going on with Vision Strikers. Maybe the desk has a better idea.
What they're doing at the moment, even that point right there where they push market, there was 3 of them pushing 1 man, and all they had to do was peek as a trio and line up for the refrag. They couldn't even do that. Their fundamentals are so in shambles at the moment that I can't even believe I'm talking about a World Championship level team at the moment. It is not a team that has come here to play today. I don't know if RB partied too hard for his birthday last night, but they need a reset.
Where is Buzz? Where is Buzz?
He's on his spaceship to the moon, man. He's hit light years, bro.
He's clearly not here, right? Like, he's just been a non-factor, and I think we talk about the duel.
Right.
Right. Well, I'm not a gambling man.
Yes.
But I wouldn't touch that with a barge pole.
No, I tend to agree. Yeah, this is looking like it's let's move on to the next. GG next, let's go. Split would be, I think, the map after this one. So, hey, we've seen mad comebacks in the past, but I'm not even going to try and sell you that.
It's round 13 and we're talking about map 2.
Yes.
It's also Stack's playing good. I'm not sure if me and Doug are watching the same game, honestly.
Oh, that's a nice little start, though. Cheeky little ding. And look, do I have to explain unforced and forced errors for the 900th time?
Probably got time to. A few rounds to play with.
Oh, yeah. Right. Well, it starts now, Vision Strikers. You get to double digits, we'll start telling that comeback story. Until then, Buzz, first one there, looking a little sheepish in this. Does at least get one on the way down, but the push going to work its way through. Marco, lovely. That's what the doctor ordered for Marco. 2 back-to-back, but it's quiet behind us. There's no excitement to the boys. It's, you know, sounding a little dead in the background. However, Spike still to hand for Cloud9. See if they can maybe punish it on over-peeking.
30 seconds
waiting
left.
out that utility, and rightly so.
Yeah, I think they want another kill to feel a little better about this. Actually, Leaf getting revealed here. He's got to reposition. Turret will give it away as well. The flash out the top stack.
Oh my! Wait, no. This is possible. This is so possible. Leaf is still alive. 91 HP on the peak. Back in. Oh, King outdoes him. Leaf almost pulled off a mad 1v3, but here it is. Vision Strike is going to at least make it to 2.
10 HP. Don King there. Right down to the wire, but Vision Strikers will post the pistol round in the second half. By hook or by crook, Lauren.
Bringing the hammer down here. 11-2.
There was a moment there where I thought Marco was going to get pinged by that recon bolt, and that was just going to annoy me. It's things like that, where, you know, when mistakes start happening, and it's like you see that tilt factor become more and more apparent.
No, I'm with you. And again, as much as, you know, it's only the second round, there is very one-sided chatter behind us. We can hear the players when they get a little rowdy. Obviously, you can't work out exactly what they're saying. But there's definitely noise on one side, not the other. The force buy comes out. And why not? You've got rounds to play with. It's actually a really good idea from Cloud9. You might as well run this to the ground, because if you force them off into 1-2 rounds, you're basically over the finish line on map 1. And Buzz is going to do what he can to deny this. Keep things in check. Try and give a little bit of something back to Vision Strikers, as he's done as well as he can. Stax is on top, leaving Vanity now surrounded on pretty much all fronts, trying to dip his way through. Does have the spike, and actually, I mean, he could run him loose right now.
67 HP, able to slip away. See Stax.
If he gets a pick here.
Yeah. Again, Stax actually tagged up. He's down to 65 HP, so...
God, Vanity's reading this game really nicely. Now, whether or not this works out...
Stax as well. Again,
nice
he actually hard
really
clears
nice.
that.
I was a bit worried Stax was just going to float across middle, get caught out. Not the case. Stax waking up, it looks like. Maybe just taking a little bit of time.
I guess he heard Doug and me, actually.
Oh, Dougal. Yeah. And honestly, Stax basically keeping this round looking somewhat in the right direction.
Trying to lip read. Doug's trying to tell me something, but...
He believes in Vision Strikers.
Right, right.
Oh,
Said Vision Strikers win. Paper Thin made it onto the desk somehow, I think.
Just popped a wig on him. Go again. Still a little bit of a purchase. Nothing crazy coming out this time, but, you know, Stinger.
And again, you mentioned this, Vision Strikers can't really make the play in terms of safe play and ride through some of this weaponry, so they have to force back in what they lost in the previous. Leaf's going to open things up. Marco will fall. I don't know.
Okay, we'll leave that for the breakdown afterwards. Leave that for Dougal on the desk. However, Cloud9 get the first pick and they hit the brakes for a second. See if they can cause over-rotation, see if they can catch someone anywhere else. But again, there isn't much beyond this Stinger, really. Yeah, there are Sheriffs, there's a Bucky.
There's a Bucky.
But it should be fine. But then the scoreline should also not be 11-3. So I'm finding it hard to be definite about this. But now Buzz waits patiently. They're not overstepping here. You can see the discipline starting to kick in for Vision Strikers.
So, yeah, again, just waiting for Vision Strikers to slip up, I think. Maybe give away an extra. You can see the pings coming through, so the intention's still here to end on 8.
They just split with a little bit of that cat presence. I quite like that.
Again, actually, if Vanity can close the distance, that's when that Bucky becomes very concerning.
They did just start leaning. Oh,
No
Stax,
way.
it's a fumble. It's a huge fumble from Stax. That could be a disaster. Buzz now feels so isolated on that site. Support's been locked off as well. RB can't get there. It's all to the player that was on the site in towards Hell. It's going to be Buzz. A miss from Leaf keeps this
Buzz.
in check. And maybe Buzz can keep him alive. Seppa is going to only get one as King will maintain his life, but again, danger's starting to brew here. You can see the panic starting to strike. The Vision Strikers will make it to 4.
Again, I mean, player like Buzz, it's a slow first half for him. If he can come online, it's going to be pivotal to Vision Strikers building back into this half here. Again, everything was right from Cloud9 up until a little bit of a desperation play to clear Hell.
Yeah.
Obviously, there was Mitch just trailing behind a little bit. Regardless, rifles across the board now. Buzz actually with the Blade Storm. Looking like he might get a little bit aggressive. He's right over the top. The flash is perfect as well. Zeta will fall.
Buzz straight off the rip here, just tries to dive in and be the difference maker. Gonna get one, sees information on the second. But look at the rest of Vision Strikers. They've also pushed up around this, so Cloud9 need to re-clear now.
It's a little set piece like that. We didn't see any of that on attack here. So Vision
You're
Strikers
right.
now kind of leaning a bit further back onto the playbook. Stax will find another. That's
Really
Leaf
nice.
on Cubby.
Much better.
A little life in them potentially here in these next few rounds.
Happy to see that. I want to see them bound back. I want a good game out of these two. That first half just felt so out of character. And as you said, that little set piece, just a little something. Gives them still a player advantage at this point. Down to Mitch, Vanity, and Zeppa. Nabi
Revealing area.
gonna reveal. take note of at least, I feel, 2 there. Cloud9 still going to try and truck on forward. Marco does have the cross and actually quite a nice little angle to play with on this one. Quite passive, yeah, really nice angle on that. That's the composure. Okay, you're starting to make me believe that there's something in this game yet. 11-5. Vision Strikers deal with the purchase, and we go again.
Night and day. And
Absolutely.
again, you can see the intention there. They set up accordingly. There's comfortable crossfires. Again, one player taking contact, and like I said, you just didn't see any of that on any of these attacking rounds from Vision Strikers. So still a little ways to go. 6 rounds to find to tie things up. And Ultimate's starting to come online now. Both teams. Again, Mitch on the lockdown. A couple available for Vision Strikers as well. A big question is, do we see Vision Strikers continue to kind of, I guess, pressure mid? Not necessarily fully explore. I mean, previously Stacks actually was full swinging out onto Cat, but again, with Buzz now, a little confidence booster in the previous with that set piece.
A necessary one, too.
Oh, yeah, big time, big time.
Start feeling yourself. Feel like you're going to win some of the fights that you're taking. It can make all the world a difference. But they have to keep this up. There can't be a slip. There can't be a round where someone like, I don't know, Leaf pops off or Zeppa pops off. It's got to be clean all the way through. Now, going to start hearing some of this purchase that Cloud9 have invested in towards Marshals, Sheriffs. That Stinger is still there for Leaf. Buzz playing pretty close on this. Careful to not get overwhelmed. Still good for 1. Beautiful connection on the 2nd. And yeah, starting to believe in maybe something happening here. And I did say double digits. I'll give it till about 7. Hit 7 on the board. I'm ready for the comeback.
He's going to try and get something done once again. So we'll find the headshot, but Stacks trades out. Zadie responds. Buzz, a 3K.
Oh.
Oh.
My.
They definitely are starting to feel themselves.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
No,
It has got significantly quieter in here, actually.
Weird.
Yeah.
Huh.
There's some correlation to the timeline here, but
I just don't think North American fans can deal with this if this happens. I'm worried about, you know?
I don't think I could take 2 in 2 days.
No, it's too much.
No.
It's too much. Timeout for Cloud9. Right, well, right place, could be right time. Sticks this out, gonna give away the game. Has to.
Was that 2 or 3, actually? I'm not
Seed.
sure if it gives away any more information or excess information, I think, outside of utility being noted as well. The flash will be, so that's 3 players now noted.
Yeah, but do they expect to push up? Buzz, careful now. Oh no, this is getting so scary. He does make it away, at least for now, with his life. Leaf trying to close that gap, and they wanted to burst on that, hunt him down if they could, but he actually managed to keep his life and play. So close. And Buzz still lingering around. Leaf gonna hold this angle, see if any reaggress comes in potentially. See the pings, they aren't far from the truth. And again, the double pump coming in, RB now.
Oh, that's gonna give them a lot of
3.
information.
I don't know how many they heard off that, but they now know what's coming their way. Buzz still needs to come up good on this. He doesn't get what he needs. He can't fall away, and now he's trapped. He's got players pouring in. He's going to get 1. Can he try and back out from this? Oh, he can! Buzz with a 2nd. The 3rd would be dreamy. 1 HP. He gets detained. How is he alive? Mitch desperately spraying it, but King says no. And we've got a 3v3.
Planted.
Available here for Vision Strikers on the way back in. Again, the operator going to make things really difficult, but Buzz 1 HP in a dream. See what he can get done here.
Switch out to the rifle. But here we go, playing coming from Cat. King gonna lead the way. The spacing's good enough to get King 1,
Beautiful.
but Zeppa is there. And it's 12 on the board now, and this is the scary aspect when it comes to a scoreline that no matter how well Vision Strikers were playing, it takes 1 or 2 moments.
Oh, one minor mistake, if anything there, the null command being popped to make sure that C9 can't follow up on that initial contact. And again, it's, call it desperation, call it fear, call it whatever you want, but again, it buys them nothing. They don't really gain anything by stopping C9 within B main, because there was no confirmation, there was no commitment outside of sight. So it's tough here, but now C9, map point. Buzz actually looking to get a little curious once again. Fantasy's there in the spike, actually. over this side, so got to be careful. He only has a Spectre as well. Sorry, just caught Mitch there and Link as well.
Divide comes up. Naleen
That's
is
it.
coming
It's a
in. This is a
fake,
big
though.
fake.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
But they found the
Buzz
spike.
has just got the spike. So that's going to kind of nullify anything that was coming out of this. This fake is a lot behind it too. A lot of utility, a lot of bodies to put towards him. With the spike now down, it really achieves nothing. Cloud9, what do you do with this now? Wait for that drop, see what you can get. And that's not going to be bad. Leaf going to get at least a gateway. Wait, Zephyr's found King? I thought they'd be absolutely handled here. But again, the spike is still a problem.
Mitch is sort of like, guys,
I need
a little help. I'm not entirely sure why Vision Strikers are still contesting towards A here.
Did they see the spike drop?
They must have. It was an operator kill, so he would have seen it. He would have had confirmation.
I feel like that's the case, but it doesn't look like they're responding much
I mean,
in time to it.
also it's deep enough where it's not necessarily holdable
True.
here, but it was just interesting to see. I guess Stax wanted to see what was behind the Cosmic Divide, but 20 seconds left now. Cloud9 committed towards B. Leaf finds Stax. That's from Link towards short, so
Buzz. This is it. 12 seconds you got to hold.
gets pinged.
Yeah, he has to keep peeling away to a less favorable position. Doesn't quite get it. Shot goes between them. And now just down to RB. A 1v2 spike trying to go down, but you can see that cross is being watched. And he gets one. He spots the
No
second.
way.
RB holds on for another.
Clinging to life right now. And again, I thought that kill onto Stax was going to change everything there.
Yep.
Potential to pull a rotation back, but again, I think Buzz is in position to hear that recon bolt flying over. He does then get pinged, so. And Cloud9 happy to let the clock run down as well.
10 seconds left.
Second shots. That's super clutch from RB. Again, had a very quiet map as well. Not to start pointing fingers at the Vision Strikers roster, but offers across the board as well. Lockdown, Hunter's Fury, Bladestorm available now for Vision Strikers. So again, it's not over just yet. And actually, Leaf going to find an opening here. RB down to 29 HP.
That's a big upgrade, but there's the denial.
Deploying drone.
2 now left. Zeta and Mitch. Wants to push it, and he does. Gets one. The second not going to come through, leaving it to Zeta, who's just tucked towards B main. Already been considered, already been found. I've got to say, I'm actually really enjoying seeing KOs now coming into this level of play. I think if anyone's been watching the scrims or kind of reading into that, you know that KO is well in rotation now. But it's nice to see this level starting to really bring it out into play, and it actually is such a nice back and forth usage for both sides. As it stands, though, this feels matter of fact, bit of a formality. Vision Strikers, might be nice if he can follow that at this point, wouldn't it? But what can he get with this?
Again, I think it suits Zeta a little more here to try and find some damage again. Pile on that pressure towards Vision Strikers. Keep their economy in check almost. King just waiting to swing on the back of this turret, but Zeta making it perfectly here. You're caught in this gravity well, though.
Here comes the flank. Don't think he's going to keep that one. No, that was a prized possession that they would really quite like back. And now we keep going. Now, we talked about 8 rounds being something to look at. If it starts to hit this scoreline, we start discussing the possibility of how to string this together.
Well, we look at the purchase behind what C9 are going to invest here. And again, the operator, a big factor there, would have softened the blow a little bit. And it's 800 credits, so there is a chance for Vision Strikers to get to double digits in the ones. But again, you look at the ultimates as well. It's, if anything, the next few rounds should lean the Vision Strikers' favors, right?
Absolutely.
Stax very close to his ultimate once again. Hunter's Fury, Lockdown, Bladestorm, as we already discussed. So C9, Mitch the closest. One slice missing for the Lockdown.
Let's see what you've got, Vision Strikers. Show me if this is the game you can turn around. That's not the start you'd have wanted if that's the case. Already going to have a player to the loss. RB, still trying to control middle. You can see there's plenty of attention put towards this early on, but they get away scot-free. Gonna peel themselves up towards Cat after the back of that pick, but Buzz is trying to fill the void. Buzz gonna get one, but he's looking a little panicked here, but he keeps his cool.
way.
He actually pops the ult as well. He's still in this. Two slip towards the site, but he's got backup. He's got Marco there, catching Vanity. And now Mitch is all that remains in a 1v4, and that is what Vision Strikers need. Finally, I can hear them firing up. I think they know that round could be a gateway forward.
I thought that was a huge misstep from Buzz there, but the readjustment on that second shot was beautiful. And again, much needed to find that by Marco a couple of seconds time. Just to make sure he can back this up. Zephyr actually throwing a cheeky opener there. I thought this hit again, yeah, I thought this was just, again, crucial kill onto Leaf. Again, body language-wise, it's night and day, right? We're looking back now. Investment-wise, it's looking scrappy from C9. This is Vision Strikers knocking on the door of double digits.
That's been a little dangerous with that Stinger, but I feel like Vision Strikers are starting to get that pacing right, starting to feel out the game. Not really allowing many of these opportunities to present themselves anymore. Trying that mid-control. Cloud9 have been doing relatively well at the initial. They got that first pick in that prior round. See what they can do this time.
You should run.
Actually invested here by Mitch. I mean, again, that's to clear out tree and market potentially. So again, we'll leave Vision Strikers guessing a little bit. There's utility disabled here, but it's going to give C9 an opening. But they trade 1-for-1 initially.
Yeah, one slipped towards the site, so King's going to be called into action, playing by Dice. Going to at least get Zeta, but now looking across towards the next challenge. Deals well with Leaf. That's important. I was a bit worried that he got towards the site unnoted, but no. For alive, Vision Strikers make it to double digits. The game is back on as Cloud9. It felt like it was inevitable. You had Leaf having a good game, Zeppa having a pretty decent game as well. Both of them operating well, just finding form here and there. Cloud9 are now going to be forced into a timeout.
They're starting to sweat. It's silent in here now, and that was not the case.
Righty. I'm all aboard. Vision Strikers. I'm not going to monologue, but I'm with you now. You've absolutely gone toe-to-toe with Cloud9. You've pushed them as far. That first half looked impossible. I don't care who you are. If you're going to sit there and tell me after seeing Leaf and Zephyr and everyone else having very good games, even individually, that was going to be then exactly the same scenario, you are out of your tree. This, though, is a different look from Vision Strikers. They've come back in, they've looked meticulous, clean, calm, collected. Can Cloud9 disrupt that now?
I think actually you can make the comparison. C9 aren't playing bad on their attacking half either, so it's a real testament to Vision Strikers stepping up here. Buzz, we called upon him. Fine Mitch. No fear swinging through that.
Still one to the good, even in this post plan that's going to be coming in pretty shortly. I'm looking towards that lurk up by Spawn, though. This could be huge if the timing was right. Let's have a little look. Do they catch a glimpse? Vanity, everything comes down to this. It could be everything.
No way.
He sees one. Oh, no! Vanity, he needs this. There's so many more. He's called Zeta over. Stack still stands. It's a 3v3. That could have been a disaster in the making, but it's just about kept in check. Stax now looks behind. He knows there's one at least peeled away from the others.
The problem is, though, look at it. Vanity has to retreat here. They know they have the numbers advantage on site.
Yeah, but can they explore this quickly enough? Leaf's there, Zep's there, back of the site, and away we go. Lockdown comes in, leaving no stone unturned. Leaf now back to the wall, rifle to hand, he finds one, he's desperate for some more. Zeppa now, oh, Zeppa comes out of nowhere, and somehow the 1v1. How is it down to this? How is it down to this? Vanity fights Stax. And heartbreak at the very end there.
That's got to be so frustrating for Vision Strikers. Vanity, I don't know, man. You're saying that one wasn't close, never in doubt. And again, it's such a weird and dysfunctional round there from Cloud9 eventually to get that through the gate. Credit to Vision Strikers. They kill onto Mitch and they fully invest in that